You mentioned that you intermittent fast, which most of my clients do. And so everyone is always asking, is this going to break a fast? Is that going to break a fast? How does this react in the body? Does it break a fast?
It doesn't break a fast. We have measured levels of insulin after taking Perfect Amino and measured levels of glucose after taking Perfect Amino, and they don't change. So there isn't a calorie load here. So you really aren't giving someone a calorie. You're giving them a substance that the body can utilize to make protein. The other thing is, if you think of this, after you, let's say you have supper at 6 o'clock at night and you have breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning, not noon. So you've had a 14-hour fast. Now, during the fast, the body does repair. It needs nutrients. And you have been in a breakdown state that whole time. Like your body is utilizing proteins in your muscles and your other tissues to rebuild other tissues. And until you get a protein hit in, for example, the muscles or the brain, you don't turn that breakdown into build. So 10 grams of Perfect Amino there is leucine as part of it. And you talked about HMB, which is a leucine derivative, which turns on, it turns on muscle building. And so when I get up in the morning, the first thing that I do is I take 2 scoops of Perfect Amino and I put it in a shaker cup and I drink it down. And that sets me up as now I am anabolic, which means I am building everything's on. It's like we're going to recuperate from the night where we were really in a fast. And so what I find is so I've got to make up the difference between 84 and 150 is, let's just say it's 60 grams of protein. If I take 2 scoops of Perfect Amino twice a day, I'm almost there. And then we make some bars that have a little Perfect Amino. And we make some electrolytes that have some Perfect Amino. And by the end of the day, I'm at 160. And I had a couple of Body Health bars which have Perfect Amino in it. I've had 2 scoops twice of Perfect Amino. And so I'm able to, like day to day, I have recuperated. I'm not running a backlog of things that have to be repaired or things that have to be replaced because my protein intake is enough. And if you just I've done surveys on huge groups of people. Okay, what do you have for breakfast? What do you have for lunch? What do you have for dinner? Let's calculate how much protein you have in a day. And this is worse in women than it is in men, by and large. But, if you figure what you need is 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. So if you weigh 140, you need 140 grams of protein a day to keep up. And we're hoping that your body will recycle things so that you can make up the 300. And so the protein, we don't have a calorie need every day. We have a grams of protein need every day. And if you're dieting and you're cutting protein, you're hurting yourself.
1,000%.
The average person is cutting calories. Every 4 pounds you lose, it's a pound of lean body mass. And that is devilishly hard to get back, especially if you're, out of your 20s. Like you start losing that lean body mass, to get that back is really hard. So
I speak of that a lot, David, because just personally, I have always been into working out and strength training. I don't do chronic cardio. I lift heavy weights, and women are afraid of lifting heavy weights and they're afraid of eating too much protein. They think they're going to gain weight, and it's the exact opposite. And all of the nutrients are in the animal protein, and then you're supplementing with Perfect Aminos. It's just a game changer. I've had clients that have recovered from surgery using the Perfect Aminos and some of the other protocols that I have, and have expedited that surgery recovery.